What are the benefits of virtualization in the term of IT? So first of all, we have the benefit that it splash your IT expenses. How it splash the IT expenses is utilizing a non-virtualized environment can be inefficient because when you are not consuming the applications on the server, the computer is sitting idle and can't be used for the other application. So when you virtualize an environment, that single physical server transform into the many virtual machines. So it can be helpful. These virtual machines can have different operating systems and run the different applications, which still all being hosted on a single physical server. And to consolidation of the application onto the virtualized environment is a cost-effective approach because you will be able to consume the fewer physical cost, physical customer helping your spend significantly and less money on the servers and bring cost savings to your organization. Second benefit of virtualization is that it can reduce the downtime and it also enhance the resiliency in the disaster recovery situation. So when the disaster hits or disaster affect the physical server, so someone is responsible for replacing or fixing it. So it takes many hours and even many days. So when the virtualize with the help of virtualized environment, it's so easy to provision and deploy. So it allowing you to replicate or the clone the virtualized machine that have been effective when the recovery process would take where the recovery process would take mere minutes. So as opposed to the hours it would take to provision and set up the new physical server, and it's significantly enhancing the resiliency of the environment and improving business continuity. Third benefit of virtualization, we have the increased efficiency and it also increase our productivity. How? So when your IT teams will be able to spend the less time in maintaining the physical hardware and IT infrastructure because of the virtualized system, so you will be able to install more and updates and maintain the system across all the VMs in the virtual environment on the server instead to going through the laborious and tedious process of applying the updates server by server, which is time consuming processes actually. So it is less time dedicated to maintain the environment, increasing your team efficiency and also the productivity. So what next we have the application we have the definition, actual definition of the VM, which is a virtual machines or virtual system also. So a VM is a virtualized instance of a computer that can perform almost all the same functions as a computer. It perform all the computer functions. It also include the running an application and operating system. Next we have the benefit of virtualization, that it control the independence and development. Since the virtualized environment is segmented into the virtual machines, your developers can quickly spin up the virtual machine without impacting a production environment. This is the ideal for dev test, as the developers can quickly clone the virtual machine and they can run a test on the environment. For example, when a new software patch has been released, so someone can clone the virtual machine and apply the latest software updates, test the environment, and then they pull it into the production application. So it's increase the speed and agility of an application. Next benefit, we have moved to more green friendly organization or environment also. So when we are able to cut down the number of the physical servers you are using, it will lead to the reduction in the amount of power being used or being consumed. So this has two green benefits. First, it reduces the expenses for the business and that money can be reinvested elsewhere. So it also reduces the carbon footprints of the data center. Next we have what are the VM used for. So building and deploying apps to the cloud, uh, trying out the new operating systems including the beta releases, spinning up a new environment to make it simpler and quicker for the developers to run dev test scenarios, backing up your existing operating systems, accessing virus infected data, or running an old applications by installing an older operating system. Last but not the least, the running of softwares or the apps on the operating system that they weren't originally intended for. So that for it today. Let's continue in the next video.